away when ready.
All right.
What was it like to walk into that defensive line room when you got here and see a bunch of potential NFL talent lined up?
Well, it felt really good. We were very talented. I talked to Dabo when we were, talking about having this opportunity to take this job, and he told me, he's like, Coach, you're gonna have the #1 defensive line in the country, and so I've seen that thus far. This spring, guys are working really hard, and we don't even have Brazil out there, Trey Williams, so it's gonna be. I'm gonna be feeling good about myself. I can keep them all healthy. I may be up for the defensive line coach of the year. if they all stay healthy and play well, man. But I got a great group of guys, great character guys in my room. Love them like my own sons, and they're leaders in themselves, leaders on this team. So I'm excited just to have the opportunity to coach them.
I heard you say you like to get out on the field and actually drill with your players, and Luke just told us he's still waiting for you to put those cleats on.
Yeah, well, Rook doesn't know that I actually put on 80 pounds since last summer. So I started a juice cleanse today, and I'm gonna go vegan. So probably the biggest vegan in Clemson. But yeah, I'm gonna lose some weight. It's coming though. I'm gonna put the cleats on, and I do a little movement, just not as much as I've done in the past. But I'm looking forward to it, and it's funny that he would say that, of course. I like to put the cleats on out there and demonstrate. I'll do some little activation period, maybe some agiles and some ladders, but I'm not. I may have like 1 or 2 plays in me, maybe run plays in between the hashes, and that'll be it.
They say your feet are still pretty darn good.
My feet move pretty well, The indoor facility kills my back, but I can move it when I feel like it. It's just that I don't really have to anymore. So I coach now, but I can move a little bit still. So.
How do you see players respond with you being that hands-on? How does that just change the dynamic for them?
Well, I think for me, I think I spent the first month or so just getting to know my players. As a new coach, even though I'm a Clemson alumni and these guys have heard my name before, it's really important that they get to know me as a person. I get to know them as a person, and that's where it starts. You have to build that foundation. Has to be built off of that personal relationship of love, and you spend about a month of doing that, and then you can coach them hard. But if they don't have a level of respect or have a personal relationship with you, then that can become tough if you come here trying to lay down the hammer. So I just spent really the first couple of months, man, and just really getting to know the guys, asking about their family life, where they're from, and those things are important. And it starts there, just building that relationship. But the guys are responding really well. They're working really hard. I've challenged them in a lot of ways just to get technique and fundamentally sound. And so we've kind of, with the guidance of Wes, at defensive coordinator Mickey, we've done things a little different, simplifying things so they can play fast, and they really enjoyed it. And I'm just really excited to be able to, pass down the knowledge and things that I've learned over the years as a former NFL player and as a former NFL coach, and just pass that knowledge on so the guys can be successful. That's what matters to me.
I found an interview you did back in 2018.
Oh, really? Did you?
And whoever was interviewing you asked you if Dabo called you and asked you to come back and coach, would you do it? And the interviewer didn't even finish. You didn't even let me finish. You immediately interrupted them and were like, "Yep, I would come back. That would be my dream job." You feel like now that you're here, you've kind of had that pinch me moment. I just kind of can't believe that
you know what?
Back.
Yeah, I think I was in a suit and a tie.
You were in a suit and tie.
I think I was in Greenville. I was coaching for the Titans at the time, and it has been my dream job. I kind of tell you a little kind of inside of how I got the job. I was actually talking to a coach who had an opportunity to become the defensive line coach at his alma mater, but he didn't get the job. So he called me and was asking for some encouragement. So I was talking to him, and I said, "Hey, man, sometimes the timing just has to be right." And I was telling him, I was like, "Hey, I've always wanted to coach at Clemson, but I said, they've been winning football games, national championships. I said, I have a lot of respect for Lemansky Hall and Todd Bates and the entire staff. I said, I love those guys. I said, the timing for me hasn't been right. And I say, well, maybe, who knows, the opportunity will come down the road. You never know." I hung up the phone, and literally Dabo called me like 10 minutes later. Out of nowhere. It scared me. I almost didn't answer my phone. I didn't really think he was calling to, offer me the job. And, so to be here, man, it's just a blessing. I really feel like, God really ordered my steps in order for me to be here 20 years later. And so I'm just excited, very humble for the experience, and really excited. Haven't even gotten around to all the people that I know that are still here, just because it's just been so overwhelming with everything. But it's truly a blessing.
when you say simplify things so guys can play faster, is that the defense as a whole, or you mean the defensive tackle position?
Just as the defense as a whole, I think Wes and Mickey has done a really good job of just kind of simplifying things so guys can play faster, just not putting too much on their plate. This defense is very complex, a lot of different looks, and so that's why they've been really successful over the years. And I thought, Brent did a very good job while he was here. But Wes is phenomenal. He's really, really smart. I didn't know Wes. I've heard of him just because he spent some time in the NFL. So there's some guys who I know that I played with at Pittsburgh and I've coached around that knew Wes. But when I got here, I was really just blown away. Great person. Couldn't find a better person, but he is really smart. He knows this defense in and out, and so I have a lot of respect for him. And he gained that respect for me in a matter of a couple of days, just sitting in the meeting room with him and just being able to absorb some of the knowledge that he has. Man, it's out of this world. It's outstanding.
Coach, they had to rely on Peyton a little bit last year with the injuries, and DeMonte was injured himself a little bit last year. What have you seen from those guys in their depth?
Oh man, I would say Peyton Page is right at the top right now. He's having a really good spring. He's done a really good job of losing some weight. I think when he got here, they told me he was about 390 pounds. I think he's cutting his weight down to about 325, 330 now. So he's moving really well. He's one of the guys that's really caught my eye, being a young guy. I'm expecting a lot of great things from him, man. Just got to continue to be consistent. But he's done a really good job this spring on the field. And it started with just off-season conditioning and just his diet plan, man. He's worked really hard, so I'm really proud of him. And, he's getting better every day, so I'm really excited for him. Cape Hart, as you mentioned, he's getting better too. It's just the little things, just working on the technique and fundamentals of his play. I mean, he's a taller guy. You're always going to be talking to him about getting his pad level down. But man, he's done a tremendous job. He's getting better every day. And so I've just tried to challenge those young guys, give them a couple things to get better at. Not give them 10 to 15 things, but a couple things each day, man. They've really stepped up to the challenge, but I'm expecting big things from Cape Hart and Peyton Page. I think it's going to be a really good year for them, and this is the biggest thing as defensive line as a whole, just to stay healthy. And we can stay healthy and have all hands on deck, man. It's just the sky's going to be the limit.